Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? This is the kid here, Atlanta DJ Zone, Tech Tuesday Live. You're here with Kenya Ellis here in studio number one, Black Box Studio. This is where I do my recording with my main recording doll behind me here on the disc. You can see it right here. And over on here at this station, this is where I do some of my audio projects. I do Ableton, Machine, Pro Tools, and stuff over there. And then I haven't finished over here, but I have this setup over here that I'm going to have for video. And of course, you can see I got CD and DVD duplicators right there to make CDs and DVDs. And I have that stuff all done later on. So tonight, no topic, no real topic, just some stuff that came up in a couple posts in the zone group that I said I was going to bring up and discuss. Not really a whole lot. I was just going to take mostly questions if anybody had questions on it instead of going through and just explaining a whole lot of stuff. One of the topics is basically electronics, or more of the issue with power, power, power current, and voltage, and what you need to know about each in DJing, because there are two applications where it applies in DJing, and we'll talk about that later. And then another topic that I had was one of the admins mentioned that he doesn't have any early footage of some of his best events. And so the discussion came up as for, a lot of people said that they don't have anything. They've done a lot of great events, but they don't have any footage of it as well. So I mentioned a lot of stuff that I usually carry around with me to record whatever event that I'm at or whatever. So I'll also be talking about that later on in the discussion. One thing I need to do now, because I didn't get a chance to share any of this podcast. So only those that are subscribed to my podcast can see what's going on. I haven't shared to any groups, to my timeline or whatever. So I'm gonna take a brief break for a minute and go ahead and send some shares out so we can get some people in here and have some discussions. All right. Let me see. And I might need to do that from a separate computer. So as people are joining in, if you're joining in, go ahead and acknowledge that you're here, and let me know what you got going on. Great. So let's see. I need to use a mouse on this one. It's the one that I had earlier. It's over there. Okay, don't need this up. Why is this up? Right, I did a video. Let me go ahead and dump that video. So we can get some people to join in on the live. What's that noise? What's that noise? What's that noise? Okay, getting the feedback. Turn that audio off. Turn it off. Turn it off. All right, let me post it to the timeline. Video. Link. All right, waiting for the video to upload. It's now time. Okay. Need to share from a computer. All right, let me get a couple groups in here. All right, let's see. I think I got most of the groups I usually tag. So what I'm gonna do real quick, I may swap computers, swap from my MacBook to this PC, but I got to do a little downloading first. Okay. What's going on? Whoever joined in, go ahead and type something in the comments so I can see who you are. Because right now I'm not in the YouTube group. I'm not in the YouTube on the YouTube domain, so I can't see who's actually viewing. Right now, I'm making a couple minor changes. If you got any questions that you need anything answered, go ahead and also put that down in the comments. Oh, I did that wrong. We'll be getting started on the topic in a little while. So the two topics, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you know the two topics tonight. One is discussing electronics in the realm of and power voltage and current, and what you need to know about them. There's two different areas that you will have a concern with those aspects of electronics and what you need to know about it. And the other topic is when you're doing an event, you're not able to, you're so busy trying to perform and entertain the crowd, but you don't have time to capture any footage of the event that you do. Basically, you don't have any anything other than a memory or maybe some footage that people have posted on social media, I'm gonna show you how you can capture your own your own sets. And the thing is, you don't want to do your whole set. You may want to capture certain moments or whatever. I mean, I offer this as a service since I'm not actively DJing. You know, I can go to a person's event and capture the moments that they want to capture because who better can capture an event than another DJ? Somebody that knows, well, this is what I would want to capture, so I would capture this for this person. You would know, excuse me, if the DJ is coming from behind the booth and now doing MCing, this is a talent that you want to capture them doing. If they're doing something special behind the booth, you want to capture that. And you also want to capture stuff at different angles and from different shots or whatever. And there's a lot of equipment that you can use to do this on your own. And then there's also a way to where you can get this footage, or you can get footage for free. You just gotta know what to do in order to get it. And that's one thing that I'm gonna mention as well. The last one. So right now, that's gonna be the topic for tonight. I was a little late tonight. I'm still here in Studio One, working on trying to get. Classic. Okay, I don't know what that was. Anyway, I'm still here in Studio One trying to get it set up. Right behind me is my main recording DAW that I'll be using to do all my recording. 24 tracks actually of instant recording with 1,024 tracks of virtual. Then over here at this desk, excuse the mess, at that workstation right there, this is an all audio station right there, Pro Tools, Ableton, anything that's dealing with audio. And then over here on this side at this desk, which I don't have completely set up, this is going to be video editing, photos where I'll be doing all my Photoshop and stuff like that. And then also, if I need to, I'll do some CD and DVD duplicators. I have a Discmaster duplicator right there that can do a whole spindle of disc copy. Sure, you can't see it because the headphones are in the way. Two copiers right there to where I can copy disc, and then right there in that dark part at the top, that is a printer, and it has an arm right there that retrieves the disc. It basically puts it wherever it needs to go, whatever station that it needs to go, and drop it in. I got another duplicator, a tower right there that I haven't used yet that I need to get set up too if needed. So this is Studio One, where I'll be doing a lot of production and recording. I'm about to get back into that. This room has not been used since we moved into this house over 6 years ago. So now's the time that I start getting used to it. The room that I have been using is right behind me. It's this room right here. You probably can't see it because that Ring camera is hit you, but right where those monitors behind it, that's studio number 2, or room number 2. And that's where all the DJ equipment is in there. So that's why I've been practicing and doing tutorials, and basically been doing all my other podcast. Mostly my podcasts have taken place in that room to where I have my chroma key backdrop, which I just put this one up recently, but unfortunately, the version of I don't know, something with my Chrome, or I don't know what it is. Something won't allow me to do my green screen. Said something about a graphics processor, but I've been able to do it before. But what I'm gonna check to see if I can do in a minute, and I have to change over to the drivers on this laptop that I'm on right now. My PC backup is to see if I can get those, if I can get my chroma key back. I think that person. Okay. Yo, what's up? What's up, Eric? What's going on? This is the recording studio, Black Box. I have a two-room studio. I'm in studio or room number one, and the room where I've been doing my podcast is room number two. That's where all my DJ equipment is. This one right here is mostly recording, production. I'm gonna start doing video editing and photo editing in here. So right here behind me, this is my main workstation. This is my baby right here. I actually got two of them. One of them I need to get the ROM on it flash, but this one right here is my main baby. If you never heard of it, look up Roland VS2480. It's an awesome machine. It's an all-in-one DAW or workstation. I don't know if you can really see it. Well, you can't really see it that good right there, but it's big. I got actually 24 tracks that I can do at one time that I can record. I think 16 at one time, 24 tracks total. And then inside of each track has 24 virtual tracks to where I can bounce over and stuff like that. So this right here, this station right here is where I would do my main recording as for stuff being input. And I prefer using this than Pro Tools, but over here, and excuse the mess on the station because I'm still working on stuff. This is the desk that I do all my production recording. You see, I have a mic right there. I have a 1210 turntable, which I have posted for sale because I don't really need it. I got another turntable that I can use to do that. I use that to record sampling into Machine. Right here, I have my Machine right here that I use to do production. I have another drum machine that's in there, and then I have a keyboard workstation up under this disc right here. This slides out and it even comes up. if I can sit this laptop down. Let me see if I can bring it up. Now, this whole desk, I built this whole desk out of various cubicle workstations. And this piece right here that I have for this is probably the most important and best piece because this thing is not light. This thing is heavy. And I have a keyboard stand, just like a keyboard stand right here. But this one is special because it slides out. All I got to do is just tilt, and I can slide back and forth out. And then also, I could do like that, and it's up. And as you can see, it's in place. So I can go ahead and start playing my tracks. I can start doing my mix and stuff right there. So I could do everything. I could do everything from this one and from over there. Now, if by chance somebody sends me Pro Tools and they need me to do some editing or something in Pro Tools, I can use this board to control Pro Tools. So I just have Pro Tools on there in case that I need it, and also to become familiar with it because I started out I use Cubase, which there is really not a whole lot of big difference if you're familiar with it. It's just like using turntables and going to CDJs or controller. You have a lot of the basics that are the same, but the logistics of it is that you still have this is an XP60. I see that you asked. Let me see. Big fan. Oh man, I am definitely the 2480. I started out with the 880, the VS 880 when it came out in, I want to say 92, maybe 92. It was when I first started DJing, somewhere between 92 and 94. And I spent over $2,000 and got one along with the SCSI CD writer. And it took longer to make the mix than what it actually did to burn the mix. So it was like it was burning in real time. And that was old technology right there because the writers at that time were either 2X or 4X burners. And I actually still have my burner, but I don't need it with this one because it has it in it. But my idea was when this one came out, this is the one I wanted. I think at the time it was either 4,000 or 5,000. I basically got this one for free. I traded in some stuff. I sold some equipment, got the money. It was enough to buy it. Somebody was selling it. They sold it to me not too far from here. Had a whole bunch of publication and material, paperwork and stuff with it that I could use with it. So that right there, that is my main board. And the other one that I got as parts. I only paid I paid $60 for it from a pawn shop, and so it needs to be reflashed. The ROM on it needs to be reflashed. I thought that it was the issue where you just have to replace the coincides battery inside of it, but I tried that, it didn't work. So the other option is that it needs to be reflash. Let's see. Yeah, no, this is like I said, this is the 60. This is the Roland XP60. And I've had this one 90. I think I may have got it in 99 or 2000 or something like that. So I got to become familiar with this either because I haven't used really none of this equipment. This room was nothing but a junk room, or it was just stuff sitting but not connected because this room doesn't have any power. I had to run power in from another room temporarily until I can get power and stuff ran into this part of the basement or in the basement in general. So I have power in here now that's run from a different circuit than the basement. So that allows me to do this now. And like I said, this is, and I can set it anywhere. I can have it at this height. And the keyboard stand that I have is like a regular, it's like a regular keyboard, but it's more industrial size. So when I found out that I was able to use it for this worked out perfectly to where all I got to do is just pick up on it, tilt it back, and it allows me to go up and down. I tilt it forward and it locks. So I tilt it back, drop it down, all the way down, and then I can slide it out the way to where it's out the way, and I can pull up to this and do my recording. It also allows me to pull out my keyboard for it. I don't know if you can see that. This is a keyboard that attached for this, and it has a monitor hookup, which I'm using for the logo. Thanks to Rudy for the logo. He also did the logo for the Atlanta DJ Zone, the new zone. That's why this one kind of looks familiar. It may be too bright where you can't see it. Turn down some of this light. Just get it in here a little bit. But this is the logo that I use now. So I'm using this as a backdrop, and for some reason I can't get my chroma key to turn on. So yeah, and like I said, this is audio station over here. Pro Tools, Ableton Live, machine, which my machine is right there on the desk. I have another drum machine. I have a Kai AP40 up under here, which I probably won't use it in this room that much, but I can use that for Ableton Live, which I'm like one of few DJs that actually still uses the bridge with Scratch Live. It's a mix. You can make mixes on it differently than what you can with Serato DJ Pro, even well, I haven't tried Studio yet, but it does it to where, depending on what type of mix you have, if you have a 57 or a 62, and I think it may be other mixes that you can use, you can record the mixer, you can record the mix using the bridge or using both, because you're using Scratch Live and Ableton, which merges them together. You can make the mix, go back, put it into Ableton, and change almost everything. You can change the effects. You can change your you can adjust your EQ in the mix while after it's been mixed. You can even adjust your crossfading. So actually you could go in and make a mix where both tracks are on top of each other the whole time, but after, on post mix, you could go and do your fading afterwards, to where you're fading from this one to this one, even at this time, instead of fading it to here, to where it transitions and fade down to here. You can do it from here, you could do it from there. It's just a lot of stuff. You could do a lot of stuff that you can't normally do with any other mix that a lot of people didn't know about. So the mixtape feature, and what was the other one? The mixtape and another feature that was in the bridge that that I still like to use. And over here, I don't have none of this. I haven't even. I just have stuff sitting over here. I haven't really done anything yet because I don't know what I'm going to use over here. I got 3 laptops, 2 right here and 1 back over there. This right here is like a large tablet um, that I used to use. I have 2 of these. This one is a 15-inch size, and I could use this to record anything remotely. This was before iPad came out, and what it uses Windows Remote Desktop to connect to computers in the house. So um, if I need to do something on the computer in Studio 2, I couldn't just use remote desktop like you would on any Windows PC, but I can use it on here, and it's battery powered. I don't even know whether the battery on this one still works, but I got this one, and I have a smaller one that I used to use, and those mostly the smaller one I'm gonna use in the home theater to control the theater PC in there when I get ready. Yep, ViewSonic. It's a ViewSonic smart display. I think V150 is this one. Yep, Air panel V150, and it may be outdated now. I might not be able to use it because I think this one stopped at XP, Windows XP. So if I can use it in Windows 10 or Windows 7 or whatever, I have to use the compatibility on it to use it through XP into Windows 10. Other than that, I don't have none of that set up. All this is going to be production for video, production and editing for video and photo, and then also if I need to, CD and DVD duplications, because I got something you probably never seen one of these before. I got 2 duplicators. I actually have probably about 5, but these are 2 that I have over here. This one right here, see if I can pull it out a little bit. This one is made by disc makers. This one can do a whole spindle of CDs. You sit your spindle on this side, this arm comes over, comes down, picks up off the spindle, comes back up. It goes a little higher. And then you got 2 CD burners, CD DVD burners down here. It opens the door, drops it into the tray, and you can do 2 record at one time. When one is finished, it goes down, pull it back up, and then you got a CD printer right here. And the CD printer, it actually prints on top. If you have the disc with the printable labels, you can actually print your labels right there. Then after it's done, you have another a blank spindle right here, and this is where your finished product. Your start product goes here. The finished product goes right here. It takes 1 disc at a time, put it into the tray, drop it, burn it, brings it back up, pop it into there, and there it has it uses regular HP cartridges. May not be able to pull it. Nope, I can't pull it out. Nope, won't let me pull it out. But anyway, this is an all-in-one. This is the all-in-one duplicator, and I haven't used this one yet because it runs on XP2, just like that. So this laptop, which is one of my older HP laptops, I'm going to get this one to where I can run this on it. And then I have a large tower duplicator. I think it's a 10 or 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, wait. 11 in one, or is, yeah, 11 in one duplicator. Make 11 copies from 1 disk. And it also has a hard drive in it too, so I could probably, if I swap this one out, I could probably do 12. And then up top, up there in that box, I got blank cases for when a disc is made that I got from somebody. And then I have a little personal DVD duplicator, a 1-to-1 that's right under that monitor. So, I mean, I got a lot of stuff that I had been sitting. So at least 6 years it's been sitting and I haven't did anything with it. So now I'm about to start doing stuff with it. And that was one of the announcements that I was going to make last week on my birthday, which it was like over a week, but I never did. I never had time to do that video when I said I was going to do it. And I'm still working on stuff here. And I mean, this room is like still a mess. So I'm working on cleaning it and getting stuff set up. I haven't really even got all this set up. The only other thing I need to do now, I got to do some MIDI connections, and I have to use the old MIDI. I have one cable to where I can use USB MIDI with this, but I need to connect MIDI from the XP60, the Roland 2480 machine, which I think I can do that through a computer, and the other drum machine that I have, which it has MIDI too. But I need to do everything to where it's MIDI clock and MIDI sync, and then also with Pro Tools as well, which that's what I'm working on now. That's what I have to do next. I just finished upgrading this one from Windows 7 to Windows 10, so I wouldn't have any issues when I start running Pro Tools. Because what I'm gonna use Pro Tools whenever I need to use Pro Tools, this is gonna be my hardware controller. I can use this to connect to it and be able to control all my channels and everything from this board. I really want to do it with the other one. If I can get that one fixed, then that's great. I would use that one. But right now, this is like the main one. This is like the main one that I'm going to use for recording. So I got a lot of stuff that's going on, and then I got the main studio where you're not going to be able to see anything. I'm gonna turn it around anyway, but right behind the Ring camera in the other room over there where you see the blue monitors, that's where Studio 2 is, that I do all the DJing stuff. So um, I am really excited to get started with stuff in this room. It's just going to take me time because I never connected everything up how the way that I want it. I mean, I really don't have a whole lot to connect. It's just a matter of trying to get it set up how I want to, and it's mostly with the computers that's going to take up a lot of my time. All right, let's see. Let me catch up with y'all questions. You said the disc maker. I used to get the catalogs, but I don't remember seeing this one back then. Had to print it. And I think that one is like I think it's okay. I remember the Epson printer. I've seen that one before. Used to peel off labels. Yep, I still have those peel off labels, but now I think the ones that you get are the ones that are on built in on the disc. You don't have to worry about the peel. Man, them things used to be a pain trying to get them things on there. Even and I still probably got about 3 or 4 of those little things that you put the label on and then you take your disc, put it on top of it, you press down on it. Sometimes that still didn't work out right. Used to use those, but the labels can unbalance the disc, cause extra wear on the CD player. Yeah, I would do the CD, I would do the burning first and then put the labels and then maybe put the labels on if you can do it that way. But I don't think this one, since this one does it all at one time, then putting the labels on would be difficult. But you can buy labels that are printable. They're printable discs. That's what they call printable CDs, printable DVDs, or whatever. They already have the printable layer on top, so there's nothing else that you have to do. Let's see. So much to do. Exactly, man. The my sleep schedule now is completely different. I'll spend so much time. This is I go to bed every other day. I would be down here mostly all day setting stuff up, and then probably take a nap in the chair to rest off or whatever. Get up, tell myself, okay, let me go to bed. Let me go and get a nap. And then sometimes I tell myself, well, if I go take a nap, then I'm going to sleep most of the day. And most of the time, I would sleep up to 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. If I get into bed about round, and what I do, if I see the sun, when I see the sun coming up, or the kids are starting to leave from school, I tell myself, shoot, you've been up too long. You need to go to bed. So then, at that point, I would go to bed. And that's why if you don't hear from me during certain parts of the day, that's because I'm asleep. And I would sleep till like 3, maybe 4 o'clock in the evening. I get up and I'm wide awake and start all over again. But what I start doing now, I may take a little slight nap right here in this chair, kick back, take a nap, wake up, start doing some more, and just continue working through. And then that next evening, I say, okay, now I'm gonna go to bed, and then I won't stay up as late. I will end up going to bed, but I need to try to get on some type of sleep schedule to where I can still do what I need to down here, and whatever I need to do upstairs, whatever I need to do outside, or whatever. I got to come up with the schedule. Now I came up with something yesterday that I put on Alexa to where I can start back practicing DJing. And I got it where I could do a voice command with Alexa, and I would tell her that I need to practice, or I would say blank time to practice. Or let me see. Let me know if you can hear this. Let me go through the. All right, now tell me if you can hear this. I'm gonna do my Alexa Dot is in Studio 2, probably about 10, 12 feet away. And the Alexa, what time is it? The time is 10:57 p.m. All right, could y'all hear that? All right, because this is what what I would do. I would give the command. She would tell me what she's gonna say, and then I would have a specific song that's more of like my motivation or my inspiration music for me to get started. And I would have her to, okay, good, you heard that. I would have her to play that song, but I can't find that song. I can't find that track on Spotify, Prime, whoever I got subscriptions through for music that she does music for, and I can't find that track within there. And it's a DJ Revolution track. It's the DJ. If you never heard of it, check it out. It's featuring the rap is done by KRS-One. You would listen to it, and the 10 points that he give, you'd be like, man, he is dead on. He is dead on. So that right there is my inspiration. But let me see if I give the command right now, if she's gonna actually play it. Let me see, what is the Alexa, time for scratch practice. While you get set up, let me play a motivational track to get you started. You have 5 minutes before starting. And that's not the actual track that I would want her to play. I will have her to play. I would want her to play DJ Revolution featuring KRS-One, the DJ. Now it will play for the time of the track plus 5 minutes, and then at that point it will say, "Okay, time to get started." At that point, I will have my tracks ready and loaded, so I get started, and then I have it set for the duration of an hour. I will have an hour carved down to practice, and then when it gets to the end, it said, "Okay, scratch practice is over," and it's shut down. And of course, I would have it set up to where when I say that, the lights would turn on. The lights didn't turn on in that room. The monitors would turn on. The TV would turn on, which I need to figure out how to turn the TV off because I don't need the TV on. The speakers in the back would turn on, so everything would turn on that I would need. The computer would already be on. I would just need the monitors to turn on. All 3 monitors in here. This monitor, those 2 monitors, and this one over here behind me are all Alexa controlled to where I can do voice command. Like I can do Alexa, turn off Studio One. And there, everything turns off. Except for this TV right here. And the only reason I can't get that TV to turn off is because the power plug on it is made different. It's not a regular IEC power cord. It's more the ground, hot, and neutral are circular instead of the plug being square shaped. So I'm gonna need to connect the extension to that so that one can turn off. And that TV, I have it connected to my PS5, which is, you can't see it. Alexa, turn on Studio One. Right here. Nope, right here's my PS5. Right here is a VCR that I will have to play like DMC videotapes. I have DMC videotapes that I want to play and watch sometimes. And then this is an Xbox One, which I'm about to get rid of because I don't really play Xbox anyway. So I'm probably going to get rid of that one. I don't plan on upgrading to a 5 or a new Xbox. The kids want one, but I'm not that ready yet. Look, got everything turned off. Turn it back on. All right, there we go. But that's it. That's how I got this room. I also got a sub for my studio monitors. Those to me are the best monitors to have. Event 2020 BAS by Amplified speakers. 200 watts per speaker, 200 and 200. And that's 130 watts on the sub, 70 watts on the tweeter for each one. And I do have more than one set. I have 2 sets in there. They're different brand and different sizes. And so those are my speakers of choice since Guitar Center. Guitar Center used to have them as their demo model speakers in the keyboard section. And so when they got rid of them, I ended up scooping up a set. But I don't even have that set anymore. They got stolen. So I ended up getting these later on. And I got a Technics 1210 right here, which, yep, I have stuff on top of it. The cover has a crack in it, so I'm really not worried about it. That I would use for sampling because I have a collection of records that that I got from somebody that I may use to sample whatever. I'm not really a big person on sample. I rather make my music live, but just to have that, you know, I would like to have that. But I think I'm gonna get rid of that turntable. I'm gonna use my Scratch PTO1 if I need to play a record or to have anything sample or fix one of my other turntables. I got two 1200s that I have for parts. If I consolidate everything, then I will have another working turntable. So I don't really need that one because I sold the other 1210 to get the Rain 12s. And then I got my condenser mic right there if I need to do recording, voiceovers or whatever. So yep, this room, I got it set up how I want it. I just need to finish it. And then junk over here, I got a whole bunch of Yep, I'm back. When I turned the laptop, I accidentally knocked the power, the mag lock off of it. This MacBook needs a new battery, so I ended up knocking the mag lock off of it, and it went completely dead. It doesn't have. Sometimes it will have a charge, and it will hold the charge for a few minutes, and sometimes it won't. But this time, when soon as it came off, it went completely dead. So sorry about that, but I'm back. So what's going on with y'all guys? Because I'm sure a lot of y'all know what exactly where the topics came from. The one about electronics, power, current, voltage, and also the power strip thing, and also the one about having your own footage at your event. Which this weekend I've been invited to record somebody's session nearby, which I still haven't got with them on the details of that, but it may be something that I may be interested in doing. We have to see how that works out. And it won't really be a whole lot. I mean, I can do the editing, but if whether he wants the editing done or not, we can see how that works out. Yeah, we just have to see how that works out because I've done it for somebody before, and it was just photos and videos. And when you're doing an event, and if you don't have nobody to do this stuff for you, then you just don't have it. But let's go ahead and jump into that first. Now, of course, we know it was Gary that commented on that back in his early days of DJing, he doesn't have any footage of it. And what he was meaning then was that technology is not like it is now. Back then, technology was you had to have a camera, and actually this one can still be used today. You have to have something you have to have something like this. This is a high 8 millimeter that I use, but I can record and firewire. I can record firewire in order to have a good digital stream. So that's why I have this one out because it has a firewire port right there that I could use to firewire. Now it has a USB there too, but for some reason I can't get the USB streaming to work. And this camera has USB streaming, but I couldn't get it to work. I don't even know if I ever got it to work or if I ever used it for that. But that's one of the reasons I keep it. I keep it because I can use it for streaming and also to play back old high 8 millimeter tapes. Which do I have one in here? Uh, hmm, feels like I got it. No, it's empty. No tape. But I have two cameras like that I can use that have the DV option or the option to stream from using FireWire. And of course, FireWire is faster than USB 2.0, but not fast as USB 3.0 and higher. But if you want something that's faster and a little bit cleaner, then you can pull out an old camcorder to do that. Now, where is the other? There are other. If you get like a regular digital camcorder, like here, go ahead and pull everything out. so I can have them. If you have a camcorder that's like this is a Sony hard drive based. That can record. It records in 1080. Now the thing is, it won't stream with this one, but what I can do is that it has an HDMI port right here at my finger. That is an HDMI port. Now this is not a traditional HDMI port, and I have the cable for this one, but I don't know what I did with it. It's a little bit smaller and thinner than a regular HDMI, but what you would want to do if you want to use it for streaming, and I have this connected and it's not working, it won't work on my MacBook, or it's not working on this one, is to get you a simple HDMI video capture card that goes from HDMI here to USB. Now, this one will do a resolution of 1080p to well, that's the highest, 1080p at 30 frames per second. You can buy more expensive ones that can do 60 frames per second. The input that it would take a 4K signal and downgrade it to USB 2.0. Now, if you want to get something, if you want to get a 4K or higher, you're going to spend a whole lot more. Now, the prices on these have come down a lot. And during the months where COVID started, these were like hard to, well, not hard to find. They were a little bit more expensive. Of course, everything went up for the price of demand. So these were a lot more, but now they've dropped down. I got this one from Fry's for $10, but I've seen the exact same ones on Amazon for about $5 a piece. So I actually want about 3, maybe 4 of them, because I got this camera that I can use. I have the camera that's in the ring light, and then also I have well, so I guess I need 5. One for each camera to use, and then one for each of my action cameras, which I want to talk about next. Now, for the affordability, these cameras right here are the way to go. And I got 2 different ones. This one right here is a regular one. This one does about, I think, 1080. The highest 1080, well, at standard video, 1080 at 30 frames per second. And nope, it will do 1080 at 60 frames per second. If you can see, you may not be able to see. Ring light. Anyway, it's 60 frames per second. This one is a 4K. It will do 2K. Okay, my bad again. I hit the back button that time. But this one will do close. It won't do a true 4K, but it will do a higher resolution better than this one. The reason that I would suggest using these because they're small and light. They come with a ton of accessories. They come with enough accessories to where you can mount them or sit them anywhere. They have screw attachments on the bottom, 3/8 thread. This one has 2, one at the top and one at the bottom. So with the amount of accessories, you can sit them anywhere. You could mount them on your speaker pole and have them aimed towards you to where you can capture that shot from an upwards angle down. You can capture at a straight horizontal shot. You can capture from the back wherever you can clip them to. The battery, it varies depending on which one you have. So it may last maybe an hour, may not even be that long. Yeah, they come with a lot of attachments. Now these two, I got these two from Bargain Hunt. I think I paid maybe 30 for one and maybe 40 for the other one. I think I paid more for this one than I did this one. And along with that, one of them, this one actually comes with a remote, and it's like a wristband remote. It looks more like a watch, and it has two buttons on it, one for recording video and one for snapping audio. And that's a remote that you can use whenever you're. It's mostly used. You can use it for your diving or whatever, to where you won't have to worry about pushing any buttons or anything on it. And I think it syncs up to it via Bluetooth, and it you can just hit your button and start record. So if you have it mounted on your head, which I have a head mount and I also have a chest mount, and instead of reaching up and trying to turn it on or whatever, you reach to your wrist and you push a button and it starts. Now they also have apps, and I have the app for each one to where you can record and watch from your phone. So if you're doing your event and you have your camera mounted up here, you don't want to stop what you're doing and walk over and start it. You just pull out your cell phone, or you have your cell phone sitting out and have the app open, and then you hit record. And that way you could capture the moment that you're trying to get at that time. So if you're because you want to conserve battery life, so you only record what moments that you want to capture. Um, Another thing too is that I would suggest each one has. They all have. I mean, they all look very similar. They're all about the same size. I think they take like the same battery. The buttons may be different. See, like with this one, all the buttons are here on top. This one right here, it has the the mode and power button right here on the front, and then it has the OK button right here. But then it also has your up and down button right here to select through the menus or whatever. Uh, and that's about it. But as for that, on the side where the connections are, they are about the same, as in that you have the same type of connections. And the ports that you have three ports with three plugs. You may not be able to see all of them. One is a micro USB C for charging and sync. No, for charging, uh, sync to a computer, and to use as a PC webcam. Now, these right here will only work on PC as a webcam. There is one particular brand, I'm trying to remember, I think it's the Campac, or oh shoot. Well, it's one more. It's one more that you can use. And I lost my logo. I guess I clicked on something and lost my ATL logo. Let's see if I can get it back up. All right, there we go. right, so they both got the same 3 ports. Micro USB, which can serve as 3 functions, serves as charging. So as long as you can have a 6 foot, or I would say go and get you a 10 foot micro USB cable. So then that way you can run it down, you can run it to your laptop, or what I do, I have a bunch of power banks, and I would have them connected to the power banks to where the power banks will keep them charged. And when the power bank drain out, then it'll be used on the battery life. So I can get like 2, maybe 3 hours of record time, especially depending on the size of the micro SD cards that I use at one time. And that's the next thing. Or well, let me go ahead and finish. You have your the micro USB can be used for charging, can be used for sync, and also can be used for a webcam. And that's usually on PC. With Mac, there is a specific one, and I can't remember the name of it. I just told somebody the name of it today. It's not. I don't think it's the Campac, which I can't remember what it is now. I have to check. I have to check my Facebook and see who I sent it to. Who did I send it to? Let's see. Here it is. It is the okay. Campac was one. The other one. I thought I just. Oh, I need to go back. Campac. I guess I didn't send it to him. I thought it was Campac and something else. Cross Tour. That's it. Campac. And let me type that in the comments. Campark. And I think the Cross Tour is the one that you could use on Mac and PC. So if you want to, let's see. Yeah, I already answered that question. And that's what you want to. That's what you want to use. Now the other port that it has a micro USB port. Not micro USB, a micro SD slot. Um, Depending on how new yours is, with mine's, I think the largest that it would take is a 64 gig micro SD card. It may be 128. I could probably put a 128 in here. It may pick up, but I don't have anything larger than a 64 right now. I have flash drives that are 128, but not a micro SD slot. Now, the last port. This is this is more important if you want a more high def resolution on a USB stream, because your USB stream is going to be a 720 or maybe even less resolution. So you're not going to have the same resolution that you are for recording that you're going to be using for your USB stream. Now, if you want the same resolution that your camera is recording in, then I would suggest getting a micro HDMI, and there's two different types. There's this one that's really small, and it looks more like a right here at the bottom. I think that's it at the bottom. Yeah, that's it at the bottom, and it looks very much like the micro SD, but it's shaped a little bit more square than the micro SD. You get one of those, connect that one into here, and you have a regular USB cable, and then you use your, where's my HDMI? Set it down somewhere. Oh, here it is. Get your HDMI capture card, and now you just converted it to where your output into your laptop is going to be at least 1020, 1080 at 30 frames per second. Or you can get an upgraded one and do it at 60. But most likely that one is going to be either USB-C or USB 3.0 or higher. Something that'll run a little bit faster, because the USB 2.0 can't handle the refresh rate on that for that particular one. And so then that's how you can make this one a more high def, or actually both of them. You can make both of them into a higher def camera by using a video capture card. And I was trying to see how much would it be extra to upgrade to the 60 frames per second. And they had one for Fry's, and it was like $80. I'm like, nah, I'm not ready for that yet. So I think I'm just gonna stick with what I have right now until the price comes down a little bit more. I'm not even sure what the output to these, because it may not be a true 1080 to 60 frames. I know it could do higher with the 1080 to 240 frames per second, but that one is most likely for slow motion and time elapse that you use the faster refresh rate, because it takes more snapshots per second than it does with your regular 30, excuse me, or even 620. Other than that, having various tripods, like I have right here. I have a tripod right here. I probably, in this room, I got two tripods. I got that tripod, and then nope, I got one tripod. Usually finding a tripod like this that you can just real easily. I mean, the longest, once you start taking them apart, you figure out ways to make it quicker. What I do, I go ahead and snap everything loose and either pull or extend everything out at one time, and it just starts snapping it. But I mean, for something like this, you don't need anything that's too heavy. Something that's light, like this one. This one, for using the phone or action cam, it will probably be the biggest. And see, this one is is pretty big, but you can find them even smaller. I have a smaller one that I use, and I use them in different cases. If I need something to come up to facial height or whatever, I would use something like this. One thing that I have, and I found this one at the Goodwill. I actually thought it was a lightsaber. Believe it or not, it looked like a lightsaber when I first saw it. Is this right here? This is what they call a monopod, which all it is actually a pole. Or well, when I looked at it, it looked like it was just a regular pole or monopod. Right now, I'm attaching it so I can show you what it looks like all together. But this one has more than one feature. Yeah, come on. Okay. And as you can see, I have a attachment here to put my phone on. These right here usually come with selfie sticks. You can get them alone. I would say get a lot of these. This one is broken. I'm probably gonna replace it with a different one. As you can see, I keep a lot of them because I use a cell phone, which that's another device that you can use. You could use your current cell phone. You could use an old cell phone if it has a good enough camera. You could use any cell phone with a camera that has a good camera on it to do your video and your photo. Now, if you have, like me, an Apple device, you can use your smartwatch to record. Like what I did earlier. If you seen the video that I did before I got started, see that's my app right there. I don't have my phone. Okay, there we go. So let me flip this. So I can actually start my video, and I'm upside down. I can actually start my video from my watch instead of starting it from my camera. All I got to do is just hit the button and it'll start. And see, right now, I'm recording. And then when I'm ready to start, I just hit my button again and start. So that's a more convenient, especially if you got it mounted up on the pole or somewhere that's not near you to do. Um, One thing I would say use an older phone. And the phone that I use is an iPhone 8. I use an 8 Plus that I use for just, it doesn't have any cellular service on it, even though I would want to. It's actually locked. This is my son's old phone. The person he bought it from didn't finish paying for it, so it got locked. We had to get him another phone. So I repoed this one to use as a backup phone to record. And it will record in 4K and 1080 at 60, but it uses up a lot of space. So I don't keep as many apps on this one as I do on my primary phone. So I use this one mostly to record and to do other stuff. But I usually have both of on me at all times. Now to the stick I'm carrying again. This is what I found. Now when I saw it, now looking at that right there, you would think, oh snap, that looks like a lightsaber or something like a lightsaber from from the way I looked at it, and it's kind of long. It's probably about 18 inches or something like that. It's a monopod. It's where it's like a stand, but you would just mount your device on it and you would just hold it, and then you can also take it and move it around and get various angles like that. And I never thought that I would need or would want one of these, but it did become handy. Now with this one, that I want to show that makes it special that I've never seen in any other one. You can screw the bottom off. So when you screw the bottom off and take the bottom out, you got these 3 rods. Now, if you extend the 3 rods out, they now become legs. And then screw it back on with the legs out. And then this is where I need to turn it a different angle. Then I will hold it like this, and then just boom. Now I got to stand, and as long as it's something like my phone or maybe my gimbal, it will hold it. A DSL camera or a camcorder or something. The camcorders I have, I can use. DSL, I don't know, depending on if I'm where I'm using it. If it's not sitting in a place where it get knocked over and damaged, then I would use that. And then you screw off the cap, which I'm glad it comes with a convenient chain. And then there are your threads to attach whatever device you want to attach. So now I can set this somewhere and I can angle it. I can take it up high or whatever, and I can capture. Now, what really be nice if I can control, if I can start it from my watch, but I can't. But I can open the app up. I can open the app from my phone. I'm trying to remember which one is this one, because I have 2 different apps. And let me see if I can turn this one on. Might not be able to see it. May not be charged. Okay, it is charged. Let it down a little bit. Nope, it's not charged. Okay, that one's not charged. The other one is charged and it's still on. So let me try that one real quick. And what I like, this one comes with threads already on it. The other one, you have to use one of the accessories. So when you're looking for one, whichever one that you're going to find that's more convenient, go with that one. And we go out into camera mode. I went too far. All right, let me see if I can go into the app. I got to go out of that app and into a different app. And there it is right there. I may have to, what you have to do, you have to connect to the phone as if it's a Wi-Fi hotspot. So I would go to my Wi-Fi settings, and then when the camera shows up, and I think I got to turn it. Yeah, you have to turn it on. Go to Wi-Fi, which you probably can't see. And select on. And see, here's my option right here for it. I select that. There we go. Okay, now that's connected. Now I go back into the app. And there's a way I can do this. Then I select the camera, and there we go. And I just snapped a picture. That's what you heard. I accidentally hit the camera. So I actually took a picture. So I could do all my video and recording directly from my phone. And so you can start your application. You can do a snapshot. You can set it on a timer. This one has 2 and 10 seconds. So I can set it on a quick 2-second, or I can give myself time to position how I want to and change it to 10 seconds. And you can also change the resolution. Each one with the app is going to have something different that you can use. So it all depends on what you get. I guess that's it about that. Let's see what else. Oh, and I don't even know what mine is now. I haven't seen it in a while. Hope I didn't leave it anywhere, but get yourself a smartphone gimbal. Now there are different types. The one that I had it wasn't a Zen. It's a Chinese or Japanese made. I'm trying to remember how to spell it. Zun or something like that. ZHYURN or something like that. But it's called the Crane. Look up the Crane, and then there's another different version. Also, DJI, the same company that makes drones, also sells gimbals. They sell gimbals that stand alone to where you can put your smartphone in, or your action cam or GoPro or whatever. And also they have some now that have their own camera built into it to where you don't need anything extra. Now the choice is yours as for which one that you want to get. Excuse me, I prefer getting the one that requires you to use your own device instead of their actual camera. But that choice is directly up to you. Now, besides that, you can always never fail with going with a GoPro. I have not received or purchased a GoPro yet. The action cams that I have do a lot more for what I want to do, so I don't feel that I need to get a GoPro. And then at the time, GoPros only they didn't allow you to stream. They were recorded only. They were action cameras that were built for action. And the other thing with not only with the GoPro, but with these as well, the audio recording is horrible. They only have like a pinhole for a mic. So if you're looking for something with great audio and great video, this is not going to be it. You want to look somewhere else for that, because this does not have the best audio. So I would suggest not going with this if you want something that has good audio and video. Let's see. I got the street instrumental on radio. I'm sure I'm curious. I'll get with you in a minute. The thing is, with that, I gotta find out where do I need to put it for Alexa to find it. I gotta find out how I need to put it into my Echo account or in Amazon to where she can find it, because the only place that I can pull it up is with Shazam. Shazam was able to find it. I even had her to try to identify, like if I say, Alexa, play DJ Revolution, the DJ. Shuffling song. Yep. So I can't find it that way. I don't really need to. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let me get the instrumental. I like that. The overall track is what it has everything in it that I like. The track itself is suspenseful, is upbeat, exciting tempo or whatever. And when KRS put down his lyrics, he hit everything dead on the nail for a DJ aspect. And then also Revolution with his cuts. His cuts is so clean, so precise. That's what I want. I want to have that cleanness. So that's that's my motivational track. That's the track that I use to. I mean, I listen to it all day. Right now, I just listen to it on YouTube. I'm not for sure. I think I may have it in my collection, but I don't think I do, because his tracks and CDs is what I would listen to personally. Man, it ain't nothing. I wouldn't play it more as a DJ as opposed to me playing it for myself. That's one of the personal tracks that I would listen to more than actually playing for somebody else. So that one is my personal. The power, the other topic that I was going to get into for the night, I think I'm going to skip it tonight. Unless, I was only going to bring it up if anybody wanted to know anything about it, because it can go a lot longer than almost the 2 hours that I got so far. And let me send that. I'm going to go ahead and send that email. All right, that's my email right there. Send that track to me at that email. Trust me, I will play a whole out of that song, because that track right there, that's the truth. So okay. You see, something just came up on Netflix that was coming up on the screen. So that's the track that I use. Now, like I was saying about the other topic, power, current, and voltage, the only thing, the discussion that was had, and I just want to clear this up, is that the person, and I still haven't opened the power strip yet. I just found a box cutter today that I can go ahead and open it up. I may get another one. They actually have, this is the power strip. This is the power strip that I posted about earlier this week or last week or whatever. Let me get this clear off so you can see. All right. Now it has 24 ports, 3 USB with an 8-foot cord extension up to 4,100 joules protection. Now, as you can see, let me get over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strips, and then you have your 3 USB there. Now, when I tilt it, you have another 8 along this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I tilt it back on the opposite side, you have another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, would I use all 24? Probably not. The strip that I have right now in that studio is a 12 port and it's full. And then I have other stuff plugged into it that's a strip as well. And I don't use everything at one time in it, or I haven't so far. I haven't turned on everything, and I know it will clip because it does not have protection on that strip like this one does. So the debate or the issue was who would use all those strips, and it's not the thing of having 24 ports to use them all. It's just the convenience of having extra ones if you need it. Now, say if I just only use maybe 10, and here's the problem that I had today. I had over here at this studio, I put a subwoofer up under a small computer speaker subwoofer up under the desk so I could have like a low frequency sound playing whenever I have music playing. Now the wall wart was huge. It's one of the largest ones that I have out of anything in the whole house. It's a 15 volt. I think it's a 15 volt AC, 15 volt AC power strip. I didn't have nowhere to connect it because the power strip that I have on that side is a regular 6 port, which is probably about this long. And it already had 2 warts in it, 2 of the wall warts in it. And what I meant by wall wart, because I was telling somebody earlier today, these are like wall warts. These take up a lot of space. And sometimes you may have to plug in to where it will take up 2 spaces of strips. So usually you want to connect it on each end. Usually the very end of it is where you want to connect it. And you may be able to get one on the beginning end. But the problem that you have connecting it on the other end or the beginning is that you have the switch, which is usually right here. So when you stick it in, you apply pressure to that switch and you turn everything off. Now, if you got something in that strip that's connected that doesn't need to be off, you just turned it off. So the only way you may be able to get probably no more than 3 of these in a 6 port strip. But with this strip that I saw, everything is turned parallel, and the size of
It's
it
12 o'clock.
and the size of it is wide enough for for me to plug. I can plug 8 of these in one collar. Would I need to? Probably not. I mean, I would space them out, plug one here, maybe one on this side, one on down here on this side, or whatever. Probably not plug them all together because we won't want them so close together. So it gives you more options for space than it does by having the convenience of being able to plug 24 things in. Now, the equation that came up where it was said that the current for this is 15 amps. And what he did, he found, and I don't know where he found it, he found some current number for 2 devices, which I don't know where that number came from. Now, I still haven't heard where it came from, but he used current to find what the max load is when you should use power or watts, because the current is going to stay constant throughout. As long as you got 15 amp devices plugged in this, it's not going to trip. I can plug 24 15 amp devices in here, and let's just say I just plug it in and turn it on to where it's on standby. It's no operation is being used. It just powered on with an LED light or clock or whatever. It's not even in use. It's not until you apply a load, you use power, that then it will trip. Like, say for instance, if I plug in 3 microwaves and 3 vacuum cleaners, I can plug everything in. Vacuum cleaners off, microwave just plugged in. Now, at that time, it's not using any power. Nothing is not using any power. It's on standby. Everything can be at a current of 15 amps, which at that point it will, and it will not clip. It's not until I turn on those 2 microwaves, I put something in there, I use those 2 microwaves, it may clip. Let's say if not even 2. Let's say I put a let's say I put a third one on. I've run 3 microwaves at one time and it still hasn't clipped yet. Now, this is what's going to happen. I would say at this point, when I turn that vacuum cleaner on, it's definitely going to clip, because you have a high powered device that's being in use. You're taking a lot of power out of the strip, more power than it can provide. And the power on it, and it has the ratings on it right there at the bottom. The ratings: 15 amps, 125 voltage AC, 60 hertz, and 1875 the wattage. Now, if you multiply the current, if you multiply the amps, wait, let me go back. Well, right here. If you multiply the 15 times the 125, that's where you get the 1875. It's all mathematic, and it's a formula and a chart that you can use to figure out each one. Now, what he did, where I would do the 1875, the wattage, to find out the load, he used the 15 amp. The 15 amp is current. Like I said, as long as you don't have a 20 amp, 25 amp, 30 amp, 40 amp, and in the line of those, you're going from You're going from a microwave, maybe a vacuum cleaner. You're definitely going into heavy appliances, dishwasher, electric stove, um, trash compactor, a refrigerator. You've gone into stuff that needs to be on its own circuit with its own current. So at that point, you you wouldn't want to you wouldn't want to plug those devices into here, because if it's not 15 amps, then don't plug it in. Example would be like, all right, let's say this, and this is kind of reverse with the numbers, but the situation is about the same. Let's say you have a club. No one under 18 can get in. So 18 and up is what you can allow in. Now, this is a 15 amp. So everything 15 and below can run with a load. Can run as long as the power is not there. You can plug as many 15 devices in. When you plug a 20 in, you're putting Jeopardy in. As long as you have a 20 in and you haven't applied a load, it will be okay. But you won't be able to use it. You can plug it in, but you won't be able to use it without it clipping. And you may even have a moment where it won't even clip, but with constant use, it's gonna eventually clip. So I would say don't use anything over 15 amp. This is more of a household, and the reason that I suggest this, people, because you may have a power strip, you may have you may have your control, you may have your turntable, your mixer, which at that time you got three devices. You got three devices, not including your MacBook. So you got four devices we know for sure that you're gonna connect. Two decks, a mixer, and a laptop. Now, if you want to add in like maybe a Go Rack or whatever, and then um, what else you want to add? You want to add in a wireless mic or wireless mics, adding in separate receivers. So now you're adding in more devices. You went from four devices to maybe six or eight or even more. And so this will be able to handle it. Like I said, you don't have to use all 24 ports. It's just the convenience of having more ports whenever available. And then also you got space. You can space everything around. You don't have to have everything cluttered together. And then the fact that it has the USB ports. That's another reason why I want one in other places. Like I have my Alexa in there. If I have my Alexa in there, I don't have to worry about using a USB port on the hub that I'm using. I can use a USB port on this, and it has a power connection at all times. If I go in there and pull the hub that's connected in there, then I lose power off of it, which it happens from time to time. So having that is one thing for the USB. The other thing for the USB is that it's high current. These ports are over 2.0. This says 3.4, but I think that's 3.4 over three ports. So you have a lot of time. I mean, you have a lot of charge that you can get out of these compared to anything else. I don't have to plug in another power strip to get my phone charged or whatever. So your phone will charge faster with something this fast. And that's about it that I want to say about this. The current equation, I don't understand where you got it from. The wattage that I use, is evidently there. Okay, set the audio clip. So that's it that I want to do on that. As for using it in the DJ realm, power, and you would basically do the same thing to determine how much power. If you have two tops that are rated at 2,000 watts, you want to take the calculation, especially, well, you at one point, you don't want to plug both into the same strip. I mean, this strip will probably handle it, but usually you have your speakers maybe further off to where you would have an outlet nearby. But you could use this as long as you're using everything else low current, because the speakers are going to be your high current devices. So your turntables, your mixer, and your laptop is not going to be drawing as much to where you be getting a red flag with what you're using. So I don't know. That's about it. I'm about to wrap it up, Eric, because this is a sleep night. I didn't go to bed this morning, so I was up here all day trying to get some of this stuff done so I can have this available to do the podcast tonight. So I'm about to wrap it up. Y'all stay tuned for more stuff that I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be doing videos in this room just by itself. And I'm gonna be doing more production, probably mostly all the recording for the podcast. I'm probably gonna be doing in this room now, since I got my green screen up and I have a backdrop which is not as good with the Tech Tuesday promo, but I'll find something else. I mean, I'm gonna use this room. I'm gonna use this monitor whenever I can for that. I may do a projector. I may project it, or I may just have it added into the chroma key to where it's up a little higher, and you'll be able to see it. So that's about it. Like, thank everybody. Eric, I'm about to check that inbox right now for that. Thank everybody for checking out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you're not already to my podcast. I'm going to be, when I get the video part, this area, I'm going to be doing a lot of editing I have a lot of videos that I have that aren't on YouTube. I did them on Facebook. So I'm going to go back and edit those and bring those so y'all be able to see it. So during the week, you may see a whole bunch of videos that may pop up. And the reason that they pop up is because I went back and edited them and then upload them to YouTube. But I will catch y'all later. On the flip side, I am about to get out of here because also I have not eaten since earlier today. So I'm kind of hungry, about to get a late night snack before I go to bed. I'll catch y'all later. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Steven, for tuning in. Anybody else that may have caught me. Like I said, man, y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to this. If anything, subscribe so you know next time I'm coming on, because now I may not come on every Tuesday. And I'm sure I'm probably not completely tapped out of topics, but I mean, it always been a show where I come up with everything on the fly. So make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. I got more stuff that's coming out that I haven't completed yet, but hopefully I will in the future. Y'all take care. Be easy. Y'all stay safe. This coronavirus is no joke. So y'all make sure y'all take it easy and take care. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.